What's up, everybody? Hey, this is Phil from Walmart Right Lane Trucking coming at you. It is Monday afternoon. It is 4:57 on Monday afternoon. Just got done with my extension day. Pretty easy day. Not much to talk about. I woke up this morning and my dispatch says, Phil, you're going to go to Martinez, California. And then from Martinez, you're going to go to ProPack, drop off a backhaul of pallets, and then head to Sacramento, go home, enjoy your weekend, have a beer. So I got up, went in, grabbed my paperwork, went and found my trailer, and got on the way. I went straight there. No stops on the way whatsoever. Got there right around 11, I think it was. 11:30, 11:15, somewhere around there. And so now I've filmed this store before. This store is one of the trickier ones where you have to turn in and you go in front of the store in order to go right next to the garden center. Once you're at the garden center, you got to hook that right and drive between the containers and then do a long back from the containers straight back. Don't hit the fence, don't hit the wooden pallets, and then get in the dock. The associate there goes, yeah, I had stopped. Really, I stopped to look and get out and look and do my 360. And before I came in, I wanted to make sure there's nobody around and what dock I was going to go to. And he comes up to me and he was going to tell me, hey, yeah, you got to go in between the containers. And I said, thank you. I've been here. I'm aware. And thank you for telling me, though. I appreciate that. And then he goes, yeah, it's a middle dock right there, and it's a straight back. And I go, okay, thank you. So it's not a straight back. I mean, it's kind of a straight back. You got to do a little bit of wiggling in to get in there. But you got to make sure that you can see everything. And sorry, this guy is riding the white line next to me. And I don't know what he's doing. So let me get away from him. I'm in my personal truck, so I can film while driving. Isn't that cool? Yeah, buddy, yeah. All right. So I got it in, and then I told him, I go, yeah, I'm supposed to. He said, one of those are empty. And I said, well, I'm supposed to be picking up pallets. Do any of them have pallets? Do either of them have pallets in it? And so he went and checked. And no, the one was completely empty, and the other one they needed. They had stuff in it. They're not supposed to be storing anything in our trailers, but they had stuff in it. So it is what it is. But they called in for a backhaul of pallets, because that's how they would dispatch me to do it. And they didn't load any. Go figure that one out. Why are you going to call it in if you're not going to load it out? And they have a lot of pallets. I mean, they need to get rid of a bunch. I mean, as I told The Rock, it looks like they got like 500 pallets. I might be exaggerating, but it might be, 200 or so, 250. That's a lot of pallets to have at a store for no reason. Just stacked up outside. So I said to him, I said, hey, so you guys got a forklift or a lift? Why don't you guys just, why don't I just pull this pallet out, or this trailer out, and you could tail load it? And so he suggested it to the supervisor, and the supervisor said, no. I said, Great. I'll take the empty as an empty. I gotta make a phone call though. So I called the Rock, let them know they took off that leg that goes to ProPack in West Sac, which, you know, really hurts me more than anything else. I got the mileage because the mileage is still pretty much the same. It's kind of on the way back to our yard in West Sac. Is just a little short, 5 miles or whatever, and maybe if that round trip. So, but it hurts me because those are two activities that I could have gotten on my day. And it's not a lot, but have you ever heard of the penny situation where you save a penny and then you double it every day for 30 days? How much money will you have? Now you got to be able to double the amount every single day, whatever you have in there. So you end up over $1 million in 30 days if you can double each amount every day. I don't know who can do that, but but the analogy is there. You save a penny. I keep all my change. I save it up. I don't count it till I'm ready to cash it in, and it just keeps growing. And when I do decide to cash it in, I'm going to have to get a forklift just to lift up the jar because it's going to be heavy. But everything counts. So I got gypped out of 2 activities because of it. Now, am I complaining? No, that's not. It's not a complaint. It's just the stores need to realize that when they don't perform the way they're supposed to, it affects the driver's end day as well, his or her overall pay. So we rely on mileage and activities. Some guys like just the miles, but I like a combination of both. When you get a good combination of both, 400 plus miles in a day, plus 6 to 8 to 10 to 12 activities a day, make a huge difference. In this case, I got the hook in Red Bluff, the arrive drop at the store, the hook at the store, and then the arrive drop at Sacramento. 4 activities, not a whole lot. And I didn't have the miles, so it would have been great to have 2 more activities, which would have been the arrive drop and hook at the ProPack, because I would have dropped that trailer and picked up an empty. But hey, everything today was extra bonus gravy, right? Because I already had, before I started the day, the $275 bonus plus the layover of $42 for $317 in my back pocket. So whatever I made today, I haven't added it up yet to find out what, if I made over 400 or not, but hey, it's okay. So I ended my week with just shy of 3,000 miles for the week. Not a bad week at all. Not a bad week at all. I like that. I think it was like 29.20 or something like that. I have to calculate it all up, but it was like 29.20 for the week, and I still have 2 days off. So it's not like I'm going home and having to turn right back around in 34 hours. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I could have been off earlier, but I was shooting the stuff with somebody, and so then I got out of there. But I have the rest of today, tonight, whatever. I have all of tomorrow, all of Wednesday, and I don't have to be back till around 8 o'clock in the morning on Thursday. So, when we say we get home time, we get home time. those 2 days off are full 24 hours each day, 48 hours, not including the time that you get off after. Like I got off early today, and then I don't have to be back till 8 o'clock in the morning. So, you know, if you add up those hours, you know, 2 days off, I'm still getting a full 2 days off, which is awesome. And, you know, some people get off late and have to be, you know, back in 34. That's their home time. So, again, if you're watching this and you're an over-the-road guy, and you know, you like to be over the road, but you want more home time, hey, every week you're home, no matter what. Now, the only way that's going to change is if they need drivers somewhere and they're looking for volunteers, and you volunteered to go somewhere for maybe 2 weeks at a time. And they usually do it like 2 week stretches, and then you're back home. And then if you wanted to go back and do it again for 2 weeks, then you go up and do it again for 2 weeks. But, and then they pay you for that time as well while you're on your 34-hour reset. And they pay for food, you know, it's on your reset. So it's a pretty good deal. Like when people go do that, they usually offer a little bit premium on it to get you to volunteer, especially if they don't get enough volunteers. So, yeah, I am just going through Sac. Now, this area of Sac where I'm going through was flooded during that storm that one weekend. There was parts of it that was flooded, and I think they fixed it or whatever. I'm sure that, you know, they needed that first storm to see where some things were going to have to get better and everything else. So looks like they're getting ready to put in they are, carpool lane through here on I-5, probably on both sides. But they're adding the carpool lane, which wasn't there before, and still keeping about 3 lanes of traffic. So it's not bad. But they just got done redoing all the asphalt, well, redoing the highway with asphalt. It used to be all concrete, and instead of pulling it all up and really spending a lot of taxpayer dollars yanking all the concrete up, I don't know, I'm not a concrete or asphalt guy, but they just put the asphalt over the top of the concrete. What an idea. Keep the good stuff there. I mean, the semi-good stuff there. You just wanted a smoother road, just put the asphalt over the top of it. It's still, just build it up, build layers. And I do know that asphalt is cheaper to lay than concrete, so, and faster. So I don't know. 99, they're putting concrete down. I don't know. Everybody's different. I don't know how we in California can make a decision in Sacramento to put asphalt down over concrete, but in the Central Valley further down on 99, they are building a brand new concrete highway or lanes. Just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know who approved that, Governor Newsom. But anyway, so today, like I said, it was pretty easy, pretty straightforward. I didn't really have much to report on things today, other than I know it's not Tuesday, but I had tacos. Yeah, buddy. Up in West Sac, over by ProPac, there's 2 places. I used to always go to one, and then I got turned on to the other one, so I started going to that one. So if I want burritos, I go to Oscar's. I'm not saying Chando's doesn't have burritos. I'm sure they do. I guess I just never had a burrito from Chando's. But there's another place called Chando's Tacos over in the West Sac area off of the Industrial and Port. I think those are the street names. Industrial and Port, and then it's on a back road there. Now, if you weren't a local, you wouldn't know it was there unless you're looking it up on, on Google and you're looking for taquerias in the area, then it'll show up. But if you weren't looking on Google for a specific taqueria or whatever, you wouldn't know it's there because it's like right in the middle of the industrial area, which is a really cool idea for them because all the warehouses and industrial type buildings there, manufacturers and stuff like that, they know he's there, or they know that restaurant is there. And man, they're good. They're good. Again, I'm going to show you, I think I said it, but I'm going to show you right now pictures of my tacos that I got today. Now, I got the carne asada tacos, which I normally always do, and they stuffed them. They stuffed them today. I don't know. I've been to Chando's a lot, and this is the first time that I've seen them that stuffed with carne asada meat inside, and man, they were delicious. But I had to have them, and I made up my mind because, well, the Pro Pack is right down the street from there, literally right down the street. You get off of Business 50 at Harbor, and if you're heading eastbound on Business 50, you get off at Harbor, and it just takes you Harbor South, and you go straight into Pro Pack. It's pretty darn easy to get into Pro Pack and get out. And but Chando's Tacos is right over there. So when I saw the dispatch, I was like, I know what I'm having. I know I have stuff to eat, but I'm gonna have Chando's today. What I'll do is this is my thought. I would take the pallet trailer that I'm gonna drop it, tractor only, over to Chando's, because there's, like I said, it's in the industrial area, and there's not a lot of parking for a semi-tractor trailer with a 53. And so I was gonna just drop it in the yard, go get the tacos, and then come back and get it empty. Well, they took that away from me by not having the pallet trailer ready. And I started thinking on my way, do I really want tacos? Do I really want tacos? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So I went over there. Now, I still could have dropped the empty in the Pro Pack yard and went tractor only over, and then came back and got the empty and then got back on the road. But I've parked tractor trailers over there before on the streets and everything else, and now, mind you, it's like 1 something in the afternoon. Still, I guess would be considered some people's meal or lunch period. So I'm thinking, I'm not going to find any parking for this, but I'm going to try anyway. And so I made the turns and pulled in, and sure enough, there was no room for me to park in front on the street, in front of the store, or in front of the restaurant. So I went around again. I had to go and finagle it, and then I saw a spot that I could park, and I had to walk to it. I had to walk to the restaurant, but it wasn't even that far. It was very short distance to get to the restaurant as far as a walk goes. And so I was bound and determined to have my tacos today, and I did, and they were delicious. And still got my drink, so yeah. So if you're in West Sac, and you're looking for a good taqueria, Chando's Tacos. Chando's Tacos. The other place is Oscar's, and Oscar's is basically on Harbor, right as you come off Harbor, and come down. There's a Denny's, and then across from that is Oscar's. Oscar's I used to go to because I'd park in the UPS hub, which is right across the street, and then go out the gate, and then walk across the street, get my order, and walk back, go through the gate, get back in the tractor, and go. A lot of times, as the on-road supervisor or on-road manager, if I was up there, it was because I was training somebody and working with them, and I sent them to meal and went across the street. They do have some street parking in the back. You just gotta, I could have gone there as well. I parked in the back before and not had to uncouple or park in the yard. But Oscar's is good too. I usually get a carnita super burrito from there and chips and salsa. Yeah, I like my Mexican food. So me moving somewhere else, they better have Mexican food if I ever think about moving somewhere. I know, like in New Hampshire, for example, I lived in New Hampshire for a short period, and they attempted, I'm going to put it that way, there's a couple Mexican restaurants, and they attempted Mexican food, nowhere near what I'm accustomed to, being from SoCal and San Diego and LA area, and then even up here in NorCal, the taquerias and stuff like that. Now, I don't usually go out to Mexican restaurants to eat because I kind of want it a little more authentic. So I look for the more authentic locations rather than a restaurant. So yeah, that was my day, my week. I said I ended with 2920 or something like that miles, and I don't even know my total dollar amount. Maybe I'll make another video and say how much I made this week. But today is a good $400 day. Yesterday was a $464. I looked it up. The day before was $446, so that was $900 for Saturday and Sunday, so $1,300 roughly for 3 days worth of work. And the other 2 days I'd have to look up what my Thursday and Friday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday were. But I can't look it up. I can only that check's already sailed. I get paid from that last Friday's this Thursday. So anyway, safety tip. Now, I don't know if I talked about this particular, but I talked about off ramps, but yesterday, and sorry, there's something in the road up here, and people are dodging it. Oh, you hit it! It's a tire snake there. Somebody blown tire, and somebody wasn't paying attention and ran it over because they weren't watching ahead, and they're right on somebody's ass. So that person moved around it. Anyway, on ramps. So on off ramps, I was talking about the other day. On ramps, even off ramps too. But if you're not familiar with it, you got to come in a little bit slower, right? Some off ramps are a little deceiving, and they lull you in there, and you think it's going to be an easy off ramp or easy on ramp, and it's not necessarily. And I'm going to talk about one in particular, since I was just over there. Is there's the on ramp to go 50 westbound off of Harbor. So you're coming up and over the overpass, and then you are in the right lane, and you start to make your turn to get on the on ramp. Well, it comes and then it dips way down as it starts to turn. has this huge dip and then starts to turn. And if you're coming in really fast on that on-ramp, sorry, my phone is just bouncing on here. If you come in really hard on it, you're going to tip over, because it's tricky. It's tricky. I know, like on my motorcycle, one day I was on a ride and I was coming in hot on an off-ramp, and I didn't realize it's gonna like curve to the right kind of sharp, and I had to lay on the brakes pretty hard, and my wife was on the back, and so it startled me, but we were able to recover, or I was able to recover, but it tells me that I got to really pay attention to the off-ramps when I'm not familiar with them. So you just got to really pay attention to those on and off ramps, because you never know what they are going to have in store for you. Not all of them are the same. Was that a good enough safety tip for today? All right, as always, like, share, subscribe, comment. Driver referral is at the beginning of the video. If you're liking what you're hearing, come on over to Walmart. Love to have you. Talk to you later. Enjoy your weekend if you have one in the middle of the week like I do. If not, enjoy your week, and I'll see you on Thursday.